Hi, welcome to HeKate's Crossing. Right, let's begin. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that bell so you know when the next video will be. Check the links below. And also the
subscribe and ring that bell so you know when the next video will be. Check the link below.
Let me just oops the daisy. Right, back again. Let's start again, shall we? Right, so we are ready for a night. Let me show you what decks we're going to be using tonight. So I've got the Japanese tarot, and I'm going to use the Foxfire Oracle deck that I got today. So I'm going to use that as well. So that'll be quite cool. Then I've got, okay, so we've got the Tarot de Marseille with Adeline Man. We're going to use those decks together. I've got the Herb Crafters Tarot with Echoes of Nature Oracle. Those decks together. Cool. Now, Goddess Power Oracle. I'm actually going to do the Tarot deck of heroes. So we've got sort of the masculine and the feminine type energy. Okay, with the deck of heroes and the Goddess Power. Hi Evie, how are you? Okay, another tarot deck I've got is the Hoodoo Tarot with the new Kipper cards that I got. We'll use those two decks together. I'm going to use the Angel Tarot with the Forest, Fairy Forest Oracle. Angels and Fairies together today. I've got the Gilded Tarot Royale with the Gilded Riviera Element. Well, that's no good. Nothing. Feeling a bit down. Okay, I've got the Coffee Tarot with the Naked Truth Oracle deck. And the last one I've got here for tonight is the Starman Tarot with the Crystal Alley cards. So that's the decks that I'm using tonight. Japanese Tarot with the Foxfire, Tarot de Marseille with the Lenormand, Echoes of Nature with the Herb Crafter Tarot, the Tarot deck of heroes with the Goddess Power deck, a Hoodoo Tarot with the Kipper deck, the Angel Tarot with the Fairy Forest, Gilded Tarot Royale with the Gilded Riviera Lenormand, the Coffee Tarot with the Naked Truth Oracle, and the Starman Tarot with the Crystal Oracle. Hi, Giraffe. Right, so let's grab okay, so ouch. Dropped everything. Okay. Okay, so what have we got? Oh, yes. Okay, it sounds like you've got to do some communication, Graph. Whether your love for is one-sided or she also loves you. It sounds like I'm getting a lot about communication needed. needed to communicate, I think. Let's do the coffee tarot. Hi, Miss Weeks. How are you? Oh, okay. I'll get some. Not quite seeing the bigger picture. Feels like there's a lot of emotional stuff going on there. Not quite going the way you think about leaving, moving away from it. So it feels like things are not quite going in the direction that you want them to. It might be time for you to leave, and then you can create the abundance that you want. So Gaurav, it feels not quite what you expect. I'm getting a sense of boredom out of it, or maybe not quite seeing the bigger picture. It's time, you know, and I do see that emotional wound going on there. I'm trying to find some balance, but it's just not happening. Feels like there's a sense of moving away to create the abundance that you need, Gaurav. So yeah, I'm not really seeing things going exactly as the way you want them to. I feel like things are shifting into something different. Yeah. Time for some freedom, Gaurav. Time for some freedom. Time to reflect on what's important. Feels like you're weighing yourself down with a lot of stuff. Not at the moment. I'm feeling like I think you just need to communicate. You need to find out what's actually going on. I just feel like there's a lot of stuff weighing you down. I feel like there's a sense of you needing to liberate yourself. You need to give yourself the freedom. Just do a lot of self-reflection. I'm just not getting that sense, Gaurav. I'm not getting that sense of love that you're expecting. I'm just not feeling it. Not really what you expect. Okay. Yeah. Definitely feel like it's like I've got here the Emperor. It's about you taking control of your journey, allowing you to actually finish what's important as well. And it's going to give you the breakthrough that you need. So I'm getting a lot about you moving away, Gaurav. I don't feel like it's really what you expect. It's not really what you expect to be going on. Yeah. I'm just not feeling it at the moment. Just feels like things are not quite as you expect them to be, unless you're able to communicate with her. You know, I think it's up to you to make that move. I'm not feeling like I'm just not getting any energy from it. It's just not really showing me. Feels like you're obsessing over it on your side. Yeah, what just flew out? I'll have a look, EB, for you. Just looking at Gaurav's, just getting, yeah, I've got justice reversed, and justice reversed to me is a sense of things not being as expected. They are definitely not balanced. And we've got, it's like you're just searching for something that's not really, something that's not really there. Not really what you, yeah, Gaurav, I just feel like it's just gone on long enough. If you haven't really communicated with her, you've thought about it for a long time, you haven't really done anything, you're just really not really feeling anything from it. I feel like it's a chance for you to be empowered on your own journey. You've got 7 of Swords here. Yeah, I'm getting a lot about moving. Well, totally up to you what you do. I got a very much a sense of you moving on, you finding freedom for yourself. Because I'm just not feeling it from you. You've got the sense of giving unconditionally. It's like you expect something in return for giving. Here we've got 6 of Pentacles does talk about giving unconditionally, Gaurav. I think it's really up to you what you decide to do with it. I'm just not feeling you're really going to, until you actually take action, nothing's going to happen, Gaurav. Okay, EB. Let's have a focus on you. Okay, EB, let's have a look at this. EB. Hey, it's definitely about being in moderation. I feel like things are sort of, feels like they're sort of coming together on some level. Oh, got that. There might be some battles and some challenges, EB. Sense of standing up for self as well. End of a cycle, achievements. Looking at a, oh, shit, this just flew out. Meditation, reflection, quite important. Let's have a look. Feels like things. I'm getting a lot of stuff about things ending. When I look at these decks, I'm getting a lot of things about things ending. There may be some battles and things going on. There's a chance for you to sort of, in reflection or contemplation, might be a time for a little bit of solitude, might be really important for you, EB. Might be time for you to be in solitude. So it feels like moderation is quite important, not to be too excessive in anything, not to allow a lot of chaos to be going on. Something's weighing you down. I feel like there's a lot of endings or a lot of things that are weighing you down, that are feeling quite heavy on you at the time. And so it's important for you to sort of like giving the opportunity to achieve what's really important to you, to allow yourself to sort of move ahead. So let's have a look at the picture cards. Okay, does talk about a short illness, but I'm talking about, it's like it's very important for you to take some time out. So that's why I said about the solitude, the meditation, the short, this card here is talking about taking some time out for you to take care of you, to nurture you, just to be aware of somebody who may not be as they seem on the surface. We'll just talk about a meeting with somebody. So you may have a meeting with somebody, but you're just going to be aware that they may not be who you expect them to be. You've got a rich man. So you've got someone who might be coming into your life who may also seem like they are wealthy. They might be someone who sort of holds himself quite well in things as well. Now we've got this woman coming into it as well, so it can be talking about being receptive to what or acknowledging what's actually happening at this time. Yeah, I'm getting quite a few people here that are quite. I'm sort of getting this image of someone who appears quite wealthy and seems really positive on the outside, but they may not be who you expect them to be. So just be aware of that when you're meeting them. I'm still pulling through. I'm still getting a bit of sadness and grief that you're dealing with at this time. Does bring about a sense that there is an offer. So you could be offered a lot of money. You could be offered a sense of wealth. This person may appear good, but just be aware they may not be as they seem. Got a sense of false person that seems to be, even though on the outside they seem very positive. So just be aware. And they could be offering you a good money, offering money, for the position or for the, maybe, it could be about the money. So just be aware. Now we've got unexpected. So it feels like things are, I think it's just about being careful. Something small. Maybe the money won't be as much as you expect. So just be aware of that. So definitely the news coming through. So we've definitely got some news coming through. So we looked at this here, and it does talk about moderation. Just be careful not to be in excess of anything. Being aware there may be some battles or some conflicts. It does talk about things ending or things being achieved in some way, and you might be moving on to new opportunities. Maybe you're moving into something new, but this reminds us that there might be times of meditation, reflection, contemplation in what's important, because it does talk about things ending, but also gives you the opportunity for something new. But be careful it doesn't weigh you down as well. So we looked at these here, and it does talk about taking some time out to take care of your health, and it might be because someone may appear as though they are really good on the surface, but they may not be as you expect them to be in the meeting that's happening. So it might cause you a little bit of grief and sorrow. Coaching for career recruiter at Amazon. You have a one-on-one coaching. Okay, so just be aware. It does talk about you might be offered lots and lots of money. The money might not be as much as you expect it to be, and you may get a letter on some level, whether that's a reference or something like that, that seems quite positive. So you may get a reference from somebody that's quite positive. So let's have a look and see if we can get the Cabo de Marseille. Not sure if it's a man or a woman, EB. I'm sort of getting a mixture of feminine and masculine energy because of the cards that have come through. It does talk about the men, and then it's got the false person. So it could be a male energy coming through. Okay, let's see if I can get any more information in regards to this career recruiter at Amazon. Whoa, here we go. What flipped out? Okay, Cavalier de Baton. So we've got that movement, ambitious, maybe hesitation as well, but a sense of truth, seeking the truth, expecting the truth, and knowing the truth is coming through. And you've got the success. I get success in regards to overcoming challenges. So I think that even though things may not appear as you might first expect them to be, and the person may not be who you expect them to be, but it doesn't necessarily mean a bad thing. So we have got a sense of overcoming the challenges with success. Oh, here we go. The sun shining on the situation. So really, ultimately, yes, there'll be some challenges, there'll be some difficult times, but overall, it sounds like you'll move through it and everything will be a-okay. The sun will shine on the situation. It is a positive ending to what it is. Okay, so overall things may not be as you expect them to be. This person may not be as you expect them to be. You might not get as much money as you were hoping for, but I think you'll work through it and it will allow a positive ending to the situation. So it does feel like everything's going to turn out okay, but even though there are going to be some challenges, I think you'll get through them. Indeed. Right. So was there any other just take a breather for a second. Let me have a look at the collective reading here. Oh, you're welcome, EB. You're welcome. Just remember, readings are for entertainment purposes only. Remember, you always have free will to do what you want. These are just guidance, suggestions and ideas, and up to you what you do with it. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe, ring the bell so you know when the next video will be. Check the links down below if you want a reading from me. Also, don't forget to check on my channel. You'll see the links to my blog, Instagram, Twitter, Unseen Ellie, and make playing cards if you want to see what decks I've actually created myself. Okay, so we've got the sun shining on a situation. Definitely about awakening within oneself as well. It does feel like there's a lot of sun going on. It does feel like there's a lot of hope, a lot of truth being spoken, a lot of victory and success happening. So it feels very positive when we have like justice, awakening, and the sun here. Here we've got the sense of things really sort of balancing out, if you like. Things sort of feeling very balanced, things awakening spiritually, the sun shining on the situation. And here we've got the Empress. That feels like very much about nurturing, self-fertility, things coming into fruition. So yeah, it does seem very positive overall. Oh, here we've got looking to the future. So definitely being able to look at things with a more positive light. And you know, even though it says taking a shortcut, doesn't really feel as though there's a shortcut actually being taken. It feels like there's a lot of work involved. It does feel like things are taking a little bit longer than expected. Oops, what's this one here? You've got flaunt it, so it's about showing off your own talents, your own skills. And one last card is casting a long shadow. So it might feel as though there's a bit of darkness coming in, and it's how you deal with that that's going to make a difference. So interesting cards. Okay, so let's have a look. Tarot of Heroes. Tarot of Heroes. The voice. Oh. Eight of Pentacles, definitely about achieving a sense of completeness. It's like working really hard, using your skills to achieve what's really important, to complete the task at hand, reminding us about, to have the changes or the transformations we need in our life, to just be aware of not being too excessive in what we want, about trying to find a sense of moderation, sense of balance as well. If we sort of blend things together in our life, maybe a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And here we've got the Two of Pentacles. It's about looking at what are we juggling? What are our priorities at this time as well? Seems to be really important. What's our priorities? Allowing us to sort of have this sense of support, this give and take, making sure we're receiving as much as we're giving seems to be really important as well. And here we've got, it's all about using our skills, our tools. What have we got that we can use to allow us to look at what our priorities are, trying to find that sense of balance within us, allowing us that moderation to finish the task. So let's see what goddess we've got. And the goddess we've got is Saraswati. Mastery. Are we able to master our skills? About achieving what we want with the best of our ability. Here we have HeKate, about stillness. Being in stillness is super important. And devoting ourselves to what's important. So being able to achieve the best we possibly can. It might be a moment of stillness, allowing us that meditation, that reflection, that just being and devoting ourselves to learn the best we can possibly be. So that's really important as well. So that's it from the Tarot deck of Heroes with the goddess Power. So let's look at the Starman Tarot with the Crystal Oracle, the duality cards. So the Starman. What have I got here? Definitely about celebrating. It's going to be a lot about transformation and changes, allowing us a lot about meditation and reflection. So we're able to maybe celebrate or acknowledge with friends, celebrate who we are, acknowledge who we are. Maybe it's about having a bit of a party, maybe having a bit of a time to sort of let our hair down, so to speak, because we've been through a lot of changes, a lot of transformation. Maybe we've spent a lot of time in meditation or reflection, contemplation. Maybe we've learned a lot of lessons and things that are going on. So there's a sense of victory, success, achievements in and things. So it feels like we're succeeding in exactly what we want. We're allowing ourselves a sense of moving ahead, being very slow and steady, a very slow and steady journey as well. If we take on the role of leader, being a leader in our journey is really super important. We may still find at times that we're in battle, whether we're in battle with ourselves or in battle with others. So let's look at the crystal alley card. Here we have aquamarine. Start releasing all that we need to at this time as well. Might be a chance for us to actually let go of what's holding us in our heart, or maybe we're not able to express ourselves. We're feeling very choked up and we're not able to communicate clearly. We're not able to let go of maybe the debris or the blocks within our own heart. Hi Patsy, I'm well, thank you. And you? No, Tanya, if you want a reading, just type up your question and I'll answer it. I'm just doing some collective readings as well. Just been waiting to see who was here and who had a question. So just type up your question if you want a question. I'm not sure who's still here or what's happening, but yeah, just type up a question if you want and I'll answer it. So at the moment, I'm just sort of talking very much about the Starman Tarot spread and the Crystal Alley card, and we're just talking about aquamarine, and we're releasing all the debris, the stuff maybe that got blocked in our heart. Maybe we're not able to open up our heart, we're not able to communicate clearly for some reason. We might feel like we're holding on to a lot of things. So yeah. Who may be my next significant relationship? Are you in a relationship at the moment, Tanya? And Patsy. Okay, Patsy, let's have a look at your question first. You're looking at love-wise or business, whatever the messages take you. So let's have a look. Let's look at the Japanese. Vintage Japanese with the Foxfire Oracle. Okay, Patsy, let's have a look. What messages does... Oh, okay, Tanya, you're single. Okay. Patsy. Let's see what's coming up. Oh, who's feeling very stressed and overwhelmed? It feels like there's a lot of stuff going on at the moment. Feels like everything's going to come right though. It feels like you're going to inherit a sense of wealth on some level. Opportunities coming this way with new beginnings. So it feels like definitely feels like there's a lot going on for you at the moment, but it does feel like things are going to come together in some way. There are opportunities and new beginnings coming for you, Patsy. Feels like there's a lot of new stuff happening for you. So here we have the sun shining on the situation. It feels like there's a lot of happiness. It just feels very positive. There is a sense of awakening within oneself as well spiritually. It feels like there's a spiritual awakening coming for you. And here we have the Three of Wands. So I'm getting a sense of like things sort of, again, I get that sense of things coming together. You might find yourself sort of in a moment of reflection in a way, or a temporary pause, if you like. But I feel like you're looking ahead at what's possible for you. So I'm definitely feeling like things are coming. And we've got the King of Wands, so I'm getting a sense of an enterprise, a new venture. So it's like you'll be offered something new, a new adventure coming. But it's just about being aware of what your priorities are, Patsy. You know, what are your priorities? What's important to you? What's going to actually allow you have the sense of looking at the truth. It's like you're a truth seeker, if you like. It's like you're looking for the truth. But you've got to remember the truth actually lies within you as well. Truth can be about your perception and what's important. And it does talk about, you've got Ace of Pentacles here, so it does talk about a sense of your potential being, you know, you've got huge potential in whatever you choose to do. So let's look at the Foxfire. Tarot TV with T. Yep, certainly just type in your question and I'll do that for you. Okay, Patsy, let's have a look and see what the Foxfire's got for you. You've got Bringer of Change, so there's definitely a lot of changes coming your way. And it's you also looking at your experiences and how can you share your experiences with others, you know, the wisdom that you've gained. Super important. And it's like you've been given a gift connection. So that's why I keep getting your spiritual awareness. It's like you're developing, you're growing, your connection is just growing with spirit. Tea ceremony. So tea ceremony to me is a sense of sacredness. It's like having a sense of sacredness. So when you're going through the changes and things that are happening within you spiritually, it's about you sharing that knowledge, Patsy. So that's really important for you to share that knowledge that you've got, and that's going to bring your connection in a much more sacred way. Okay, so you're going to really share your experiences is really important for you because that's going to allow you to develop stronger, have a much more sacred connection. Okay, super important. And I'm just going to do a crystal card for you. So let's just have a look at the crystal card. Okay, crystal for you is illumination. Okay, this is Cerusite. Cerrusite. And what I'm going to do is I just need to look that up. Cerusite. Cerrusite. Cerusite. Okay, so let me have a look at this. Let me see if I can give you a little bit more information. Okay, Cerusite. Okay, so it's all your chakras. Okay, and your affirmation is, Patsy, your affirmation, I open myself completely to the illuminating light and knowledge of the divine. The light is dawning. Cerusite is a herald of dawn, and you can expect the imminent appearance of a much brighter day than you may have experienced of late. When this ally appears in your spread, it is bringing you new information and insight that had not previously been available to you. The new perspective will help you clarify the situation and bring to light that which has been hidden. Be willing to accept whatever new information and realizations may come through this process of illumination. Sometimes you may need to look at things you would rather not acknowledge, and other times you may need to be vulnerable to others, finding things out you would rather they did not know. If you find strength and vulnerability through this process and lay yourself open to the light, the truth will surface and all will be cleared and healed in the bright light of consciousness. Yeah, so hopefully that sort of gives you a little bit of guidance for you. So yeah, hope that helps. It allows you to be empowered on your journey, Patsy. knows? Ooh, yeah, replay later. Okay, so what was the other question? Okay, who's my significant relationship with being? Oh, okay, you're looking at marriage and you're not even in a... Okay. Let's look at the Angel Tarot, I think, for this one. Angel Tarot with the Fairy Forest. Let's have a look. This is Bradley Valentine's Angel Tarot. Okay. Now, it may not always remember the message. Okay, Tanya Luke. Let's have a look. Tanya. Let's have a look at your message, Tanya. Okay, let's have a look at your message. Tanya. Okay, of course, you're searching for something more emotional. Of course, you've got the 8 of Water. You're moving into something more emotional, more than what you want. Okay, the inflow of abundance is definitely a promise there of things being more positive in the way you want them to be. Sense of trying to find some balance for you as well, about moderation, making sure you might be a sense of compromise, wait for perfect timing. So there might be a waiting period. So definitely looking for something more desirable, more about what you want, more emotional, something more positive. So definitely it's there with the Ace of Earth, and it is about waiting. Don't be in a rush. Don't hurry. Don't hurry the journey. Okay, we've got someone here who's going to be, so you might be wanting to be with somebody who's going to be outgoing, creative. You might want to be with someone who's a little bit more confident. He might be a little cheeky. Oh, you're welcome, Patsy. So Tanya, I think you're looking for somebody who's going to be a little bit more outgoing, be a little, someone who's quite creative, might be someone who's quite confident in their journey. Seems to be that's what's coming through for you in regards to your question. Oh, no worries about typos, Patsy, don't worry about that. So Tanya, I feel like you're looking for someone who's a bit more into that. Now, it does say it is important for you to heal within oneself. You need to make sure that you forgive yourself or others. So maybe you might be still dealing with some things, which is why I keep saying, don't be in a hurry with it. But there is somebody who's going to be very outgoing and creative, who's going to be very confident. It might be someone you might be a bit of a joker. So I feel like there's someone there who's definitely like that, but don't be in a hurry for it. Feels like there is, it just talks about things being very positive. There's fortune on your side. Remember, there are life's ups and downs that you might have to deal with as well. So there is a sense of, I think we've got unity. It does feel like things are coming together. A sense of looking for people that are like-minded as well. You may be looking at things more on a traditional aspect as well in regards to relationships. So maybe you're looking for someone who might be, Tanya, you might be looking for somebody who might be a little bit more traditional in their approach to relationships as well. So you're looking for someone who's outdoor, creative, maybe confident, maybe a bit of a prankster, but it's still in regards to relationships could be, Tanya, to be honest, only you can answer that question. I'm not really sort of getting anything about new or old or anything like that. Basically, all I've got is that you've got to do some healing. I know you're looking for something more. You're looking for something more meaningful. There is a possibility there, but it is about you finding a sense of balance in some way. You might make sure there's nothing in excess. So you're looking for someone who's outgoing, creative, confident, maybe someone who's a prankster. and only you will know who that person is. He may be somebody who is very traditional in his approach to relationships. Might be a sense of you healing and being able to move forward in a really sort of positive way. Feels like there has been some heartbreak. So it could be somebody that you may have had some heartbreak in the past with. Right, let's just get one more card here. See if this gives us a bit more. Okay, this is a reminder to you to be independent. Look at your experiences. Be realistic in your approach to things. Making sure that you clear away all that you no longer serves you. Seeing the humour in a situation. So just talking about objective decision making. So maybe you need to look at things objectively as well. So let's have a look. Oh, that popped out straight away. Before the gathering, celebration, anticipation. Definitely feels like coming together. Oops, that just flew out. Let's do all of this. Okay, what have we got? Feels like you'll get an epiphany. It's like you get this aha. It's like you will know when it happens. I think you'll feel it. It'll come from the heart. Tanya, I feel like it'll come from the heart and you'll just get it. And it's like you'll be able to acknowledge it. The wizard comes through here and he's just talking about counselor, wise one. I just feel like you'll have that knowledge come from within. Yeah, I just feel like you'll acknowledge it. I'm seeing a lot about gratitude and acknowledging that coming from within. It's like you've got that wise counsel that lies within you. So yeah, I just feel like you'll have this acknowledgement of who the person will be. I think you'll just feel it, you'll know it. You don't need the cards to tell you that. It's basically, it'll come from your own personal feeling about the person. It may have a connection to a past. I'm getting 3 of air here, which is about heartbreak. So it could be to do with a past hurt or a past wound in some way. But yeah, ultimately there is a possibility of a relationship coming through. Definitely someone who's very traditional, who's outgoing, creative, confident, and maybe could be a bit of a prankster. You know, a bit of a laugh, a bit of a joker, and things like that. Okay, so Tarot TV with T. Let's have a look at your question here. You want to know what's going to happen between Eric and you next time you see him. Okay. Awesome. Okay, Tarot TV with T. Let's have a look at your question. What's going to happen between Eric and you next time you see him? Okay, so let's look at between the two of you. Let's look at the Gilded Tarot Royale. And the Gilded Royale then in mind. Okay, so connection between you and Eric. Okay, so yes, there's been, we've got 2 of Swords here, which does talk about crossroads, does talk about chaos, but it does bring a sense of peace restored as well. So it's like overcoming that sense. Then you've got the sense of having faith, believing in oneself. Maybe you're looking at lessons learnt as well. Maybe there's a sense of looking at lessons that you've learned from the past as well. It does talk about things coming together. in a sense of things coming into fruition. Does feel like you've got this sense of wealth in some way. So you've got recognised for your skills. It does talk about teamwork. So maybe a sense of being a part of the team. It does feel like things are coming together. It does feel quite positive in the situation. Here we've got this new level of love, this new adventure, new journey in regards to love, new potential for love. But you do have to choose wisely about what you choose. I think once you see him and you talk together, you then have to decide wisely what's important for you. But it does feel like there's going to be a sense of peace coming in. I think there's going to be a sense of peace. It is about looking at lessons that you've learned. Does bring about a sense of inheritance or things could have come, a wealth coming together. Being recognised as being part of a team, knowing that you sort of, you're part of a group, part of a team, so to speak, a part of a relationship. Does talk about a new relationship, a new possibility, a new level in the relationship, but you do have to choose wisely within this relationship and look at what are you actually holding on to within the relationship as well. What are you actually holding on to? There's definitely choices to be made. It does talk about choices. So here you've got the sense of having to choose wisely, and you do have the sense of choices coming in. So the possibility for a new relationship is there, and it's definitely about looking at what are you holding on to because of the relationship. So ultimately the decision has to be yours, of course, what you do with it. And here you've got this sense of, well, here you've got Four of Swords. So that's like taking a rest, taking a moment to take a breath. Take a moment to take a breath. Tarot TV with tea. Might be about just taking that moment to just have a breather. Choose wisely. Be careful about the choices you make. Look at the choices you're actually making. Here you've got this book. So to me, the book is about, in the context, definitely about something being closed. Maybe you feel like someone's being a closed book in the situation, not revealing everything. But then you've got the star here, so that sort of overcomes, makes it more positive. So maybe it means that the book is opening, that maybe things are going to be revealed in some way. Oh, okay, so that's where the closed book was, and I feel like things are going to come into thing, and you've got this corporate. The tower can be a few things, so let me just see what it goes with it. Oh, well, here we go. We've got bringing isolation as being a good thing. Oh, pathways, choices again, and communication. So being able to communicate clearly. Okay, so that's where I think so it feels like things are going to. We've got this removing of the health from the clouds, being open, being receptive, removing the mask. So it's about being able to remove the mask. Maybe you feel like a mask's being worn, things are being covered up. Here we go, your destiny. But just talk about having faith. It could be talking about having that sense of spirituality, sort of having that faith, that belief that things are going to work out the way you want them to. I'm sort of getting a very, like, yes, things have been difficult, but I feel like you're going to work through them. Hi, Brave. Hi, Tisk. So, Tarot TV with tea. I feel like, yes, things have been very chaotic. Things are not being quite positive, but I feel like things are going to open up a bit better. It's going to be a bit more communication. Just feel like the mask could be removed, could remove all that sense of confusion, could gain some clarity in the situation. So I just feel like everything's sort of going to sort of come together on some level. Let's see what the... Yeah, certainly brave. Just type in... Let's see what the thing has. We've got Foxfire. Let's have a look up. And Sacredness. So let's have a look and see what the... I'm going to grab the book. Not sure on what Foxfire is in the card. So let's have a look. Okay, Foxfire. At this moment, there's confusion over which direction to take. There are decisions which need to be made, but at this stage there is no sense that one way will be the right way. Amidst this inertia and inability to choose comes this kitsune, welding with it the luminous power of Foxfire. With this magical flame, worries and concerns can be burned away in the dark road ahead, upon which you have been stumbling, falling, hurting yourself, and becoming lost, will now be lit with the bright fire. This kitsune knows that you have been lost and will take you forward with a long, bright chain of fire stretching into the distance. But first, like the fox, you must find your courage and begin to walk forward into the fire around you. In this way, there will be no flame that can burn you. There will be no harm or regret, but simply the active movement in the direction of the flame, which will provide you with all you need to know at this time. Let yourself see clearly the flames dancing and the road they dance upon. See clearly that movement itself will save you from the despair which has led to the sense of futility and loss. And know that this kitsune's role is to help you now and to see you through till that clear path is fully opened and bright. And you can find your way on your own once again. And with that ability, your passion and desire for life, your daily rejoicing in simply being here will return too. The negativity will be burned away until all that remains is the hope and the courage and the passion once again. Trust the fires of the fox and begin to step into the bright heart of the flame. So let's have a look at this one. It is time for you now, Seeker, to quietly contemplate the inner and the outer life, just as this kitsune tea ceremony is taking part in a movement in a moment to revere the tea and dressed carefully for the occasion, to savour the flower and the aroma, to note the texture of the cup and to hear the water being poured into the cup. You too must now still the mind, bring yourself to awareness of all that is about you, right in this moment, and all that lies within you. For all around you are signs of the world that will not endure. The things we feel are so important. Look upon one or two of them now and contemplate that they will not be here always. Thus, the worry and the stress we forced ourselves to endure in the service of the temporary and the impermanent is unnecessary. Give yourself this time out of time, a sacred moment, a transformation of awareness, and see what is about you. Note it. Now turn your attention within quietly, without criticism or praise, and observe who you are in this moment and what you have become. Breathe quietly, and you will find a moment's peace amidst all the whirl of the world, and you will find yourself stepping outside of the frenzy and into a space where there is soul, where there is beauty, where there is timelessness. Okay, so I hope that sort of gives you some answers. Tarot TV with T. Hope that helps. Give you some guidance for what's important. Okay, so don't forget to like, subscribe, ring that bell, check the links down below, check the links on my channel. Don't forget you can come back and listen to the video whenever you want, the replay, so that you can hear the message that might be important to you at this time. So, question, Brave, what big changes are coming your way? Okay, what big changes are coming your way? Let's look at okay, we heard Crafters Tarot with the Echoes of Nature Oracle card. Right, let's have a look. What big changes are coming your way? Okay, changes. You've got a sense of shifting. There seems to be a lot of movement going on, and movement forward. A lot of success as well. It feels like there's going to be a feeling of victory. It's all about recognizing your skills and your abilities to look beyond the illusion, look beyond the surface, and actually see what's actually happening, using your tools and your abilities to actually move ahead, to achieve the shift, to achieve the success and the victory. It's all about using your skills and your abilities to be able to manifest what's important, allowing you a sense of being true to oneself as well, Brave. Okay, it's about being authentic, getting a sense of being authentic self, which is super important. It's about allowing yourself so here we've got this healer. Just getting a little bit more information here. I feel like this is quite important. So let me just take a second. Warriors. Activism, drive. Okay, this is about having a drive, having a motivation. Let's have a look. Yeah, okay, so this one, speak from between you, shout, sing, and scream. Declare your truth loudly and without fear. So this one is really about speaking your truth and acknowledging the truth that you have from within you as well. So to have this sense of moving, the sense of movement, moving into new aspects of your life, being able to have the success and the victory you want by using your tools or your skills that you have to manifest exactly what you want, having the sense of integrity or authenticity within oneself. It's important that you speak, you communicate your truth. Is so important. It's going to bring you a sense of looking at what are you actually holding on to at this time. What are you actually putting aside to so that you can move ahead? Could be important for you to acknowledge that, you know, maybe it's time to put something aside. Maybe you haven't put something aside that you need to for another time. So we're getting a lot of 4 as well. So we've got this, so 4 things. So 6s seem quite important, and 4 with stability. So you've got the sense of taking some time out, taking a moment to breathe, to, again, I get that sense of speaking your truth with reflection and contemplation. Seems to be a huge thing for you, to be able to do that, to be able to, as you move ahead and achieve the success that you want, the victory that you want. Wheat tins, if you've got a question, just type up your question and I'll come back to it. Okay, so it's really brave. It's really important for you to be able to acknowledge your abilities, your skills, your tools, to look not just at the surface, but look beyond the surface at being able to speak your truth, being able to communicate loudly what's important. Okay, so that seems to be really, really important for you, to be able to do that, to be able to have that integrity to do that as well, to have the ability to look at what are you holding on to, what are you able to put aside for you to be able to rest and take care of yourself, to nurture yourself as well. So let's have a look at echoes of nature and see what cards I've got here. Okay, self-care, super important to really take care of you, nurture you. It's so important. It feels like there might be a sense of being intimidated by something's, or maybe people find you, maybe people's perspective, not necessarily that you are, but people may see you as intimidating in some way. Maybe you might be someone who speaks clearly, speaks loudly with what you want, and people might find that intimidating in some way. So it might be a time for you to sort of maybe make some changes in how you express what's important. Could be a sense of you just persevering as well, gently persevering. It's not necessarily a brute force or anything like that. Could be about you actually facing those aspects, those adversity, facing those challenges that you might find yourself in. I'm getting a very cat-like energy here. This is very, I want to say cat-like, so I'm getting that sense of, okay, I've just got the sense of knowing when to roar and when to purr. I don't know what that means, but knowing when to roar and when to purr seems to be really important. So maybe it's about finding a way to sort of feel like you're blending in a little bit, maybe not being so outspoken, maybe in some aspects, not all aspects, but some aspects. It could be just the way you carry yourself with a little bit of confidence and things like that. Some people can find that a little bit. So you're needing to find a sense of balance. So knowing when to roar and when to purr is basically what I got. And maybe finding a time of sort of blending in a little bit so you don't sort of stand out so loudly, if you like. So let's look at the crystal card. I just feel like there's a crystal card here. What crystal is going to be suitable for grey? Oh, here we go. Okay, I've got growth, aventurine, Aveneturine. Okay, so this is a water. Let's see if I can find it here. Here we go. So this is the heart chakra. I celebrate my growth and release those aspects that no longer serve me. Okay, Aventurine has entered your cards today to signal you that a time of growth is at hand. Allow yourself to open to the changes that are coming and celebrate them as evidence that you have moved on to a new level in your life. Review the lessons that you have just learned from your experiences. Sense the old patterns melting away and take the opportunity to choose which new patterns you now wish to create. Aventurine may be calling you to accept the healing that your growth has supplied to you. It is sometimes difficult to see how much we have grown until we try on an old aspect of our life that no longer fits. If you're still trying to squeeze into relationships, careers, habits, or thoughts that you have outgrown, make a conscious effort to celebrate your own growth by ritually giving these old creations and welcoming the you that you have become. Like the fairy of growth, the universe is sending you light and love, assisting you in the growth that is necessary before you can experience your full potential. So your affirmation is, I celebrate my growth and release those aspects that no longer serve me. So hopefully that helps give you some ideas on how you can move ahead. Okay, so we're looking at this one. So your mother can pull up the letter. Wheat tins. Let's have a look. You're welcome, Brave. You're welcome. Okay, wheat tins. Let's have a look. Letter. Let's have a look. Oops. There we go. Okay, so we've got the letter here. And we've got halfway to it, and it's got new arrival, so definitely it feels like this announcement. It feels like something positive there. It's about staying grounded for sure, and it's definitely good luck. So yes, it feels like it's a good idea to send an apology letter. It can be a good idea. Okay, it does feel like, yes, it's positive. It allows things to be grounded, allows you to move ahead on the journey and bring in new positivity. So I'm definitely getting that, yes, it's a good idea to send an apology letter to Leonardo. So yeah, definitely feel like the question, is it a good idea to send an apology letter? The answer is yes, definitely a good idea to send a letter, an apology letter. I mean, as long as you're genuine and you're, as long as you mean it, it's definitely a good idea. As long as you have your truth and your integrity. It does talk about movement forward, sun shining on the situation. It's 9 of Wands, perseverance. Does sort of bring a sense of initiation. It does feel like you're moving through new levels of awareness of desires and things like that. It does feel like inheritance. So yeah, definitely feels very positive. It definitely feels like, yeah, it's a good idea. He may still be upset with you, but I feel like writing a letter is an apology letter, really speaking from your heart, allowing you to be honest. I just feel very positive, yeah. I just think you just need to be very factual with your apology, just be genuine. If you genuinely want to apologize, if you totally mean what you say, I think it's a good idea to send him a letter. That's your question. So yeah, I know there's a little bit of hesitation, but it does say that things will allow things to be better anyway. It does talk about things being much, much better. Yeah, it does allow movement as well. It does allow movement in the relationship. It does allow things to move in some direction with the relationship. As long as you're genuine, yes, he'll read it as long as you're genuine and you mean it. just says your question originally was, Wheat Tins, your question was, and it's what I focused on, was it a good idea that you send them a letter? Yes, it's a good idea, as long as you're honest, you have integrity, it feels like everything will fall into place. So yeah, just one step at a time. As long as you're honest. Okay, so that's it from me. I've been reading for an hour and 15 minutes. That's it. So I'm going to say goodnight, and I will see you next Tuesday. Take care. Blessed be. Don't forget to like, subscribe, ring the bell so you know when the next video will be uploaded. See the links down below and the links on my channel. Take care. Blessed be.